United Nations agencies have issued a stark report on the devastating impact of ongoing Israeli military operations in Gaza. According to the UN Human Rights Office, close to 70% of deaths in Gaza are women and children, pointing to what the report calls systematic violations of international humanitarian law. United Nations agencies have issued a stark report on the devastating impact of ongoing Israeli military operations in Gaza. According to the UN Human Rights Office, close to 70% of deaths in Gaza are women and children, pointing to what the report calls systematic violations of international humanitarian law. The UN report details that around 80% of the confirmed fatalities occurred in residential areas, with children making up 44% and women 26% of the casualties. The Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights expressed grave concern over this trend, saying it indicates an apparent indifference to civilian lives. UN Human Rights Chief Volker Turk stated that the data reflects a failure to uphold key principles of international law, specifically the principles of distinction, proportionality, and precautions to minimize harm to civilians. Turk noted that this pattern of civilian casualties has continued for over a year without significant change. UNICEF has also raised alarms, reporting at least 64 attacks on schools in Gaza last month alone, an average of almost 2 attacks daily. These attacks resulted in the deaths of an estimated 128 individuals, many of them children, particularly in the heavily bombarded northern Gaza area. In addition, the World Health Organization warned of an impending famine in parts of northern Gaza. WHO Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus described the situation as deeply alarming, highlighting a 312% increase in food prices since the start of the conflict. He urgently called for scaled-up humanitarian aid, including food and medicine, to prevent severe malnutrition and excess mortality. The report shows a severe reduction in aid shipments to Gaza. While pre-conflict levels saw around 500 trucks entering Gaza daily, the recent data indicates this number has dropped to an average of just 58 trucks per day in late October, according to the UN World Food Programme. These statistics underscore the urgency for a humanitarian response in Gaza as outlined by UN agencies. With civilian lives at risk, international organizations are calling for immediate, safe access to deliver critical food, medical supplies, and other essentials. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to stay informed on global humanitarian crises and other major world events.